Hey, so I wanted to give an update as far as my healing process goes for those that are coming for the first time to watch this video and don't really know what's been going on. I've been very, very ill for the last year and a half. I was bitten by a tick 2 summers ago and got Rocky Mountain spotted fever, the most deadly of the tick-borne illnesses, and just been really, really struggling. It's really been debilitating and just coming through my whole life, like touching every aspect of my life. And it got to the point where I couldn't really work as much anymore because of the physical pain as well as the mental fog. I was able to work some, but just like not nearly as much as I needed to. So I put up a post recently with a GoFundMe, and the link for that will be in the description. But anyway, so if you feel, of course, called to help, like, thank you. I would appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. And it's really hard, honestly, to put oneself out there and ask for help. But, you know, it's a time where I feel like it's really about being really authentic and being really open about where we are and what we're struggling with, and to be more okay with asking for help. So anyways, starting on November 11th, I began a liquid fast. That was the intention, was to fast for 11 days starting on the 11th, my magic number, and see how that went. And, you know, I really had felt like I'd sort of been exhausting all these other options. You know, I'd been taking like a whole bunch of herbs that were costing a fortune, which I mean, I still have been taking, but like those by themselves weren't really giving me a big improvement. I did nutrient IV therapy, which my parents helped me to pay for. And I'm so grateful for that, but also like I actually felt worse doing that, which could be what's called the Herxheimer reaction, when you're having a bacterial infection or a viral infection and the infection begins to die off. It can release toxins into the system and make you feel worse before you get better, but I didn't feel like I was getting better. And then I went back on antibiotics and antivirals, and once again didn't feel like I was getting better. And so finally my doctor was like, you know, some of the most miraculous things that I've seen have been through fasting, and why don't you try doing a liquid fast? And as far as what that has entailed for me, it's been like vegetable juices, green juices, smoothies, broth, tea, and then my supplements. And I've also been allowing myself to have small sprouts salad, so like just like very tiny. I'll show you really quickly what it is that I'm referring to. Let's see, where's my camera turnaround button? Anyways, I will turn this so you can see, yes, my little tiny microgreens. But beyond that, it's been liquids, and I did that for 11 days, starting on the 11th, and saw the most improvement that I have experienced since being sick in a year and a half. It was like miraculous. All of a sudden, you know, the inflammation decreased so much in my body. Things that used to be incredibly hard for me, like going up and down the stairs, bending down, teaching my super gentle yoga class, getting up off of the couch, off of the floor, were like these hugely exhausting things. And I haven't been feeling like they're hard or exhausting anymore, and I've been able to do them with some freedom and some pleasure in my body, which is huge, huge, huge. Because one of the, I feel like, really sad parts for me was that, you know, I'm somebody who, like, I studied dance for many years, and, you know, yoga, and there's so much pleasure for me in movement. so much healing and movement. And it got to the point where, like, even if I did the gentlest, most loving yoga, it was still really painful, and I just didn't feel good being in my body anymore. So to suddenly be able to, like, move and have it feel good was so, it's like, I don't even know how to describe that. But yeah, I also, in my yoga studio that I teach at, there are these aerial yoga swings, which, you know, you can use to do like supported yoga basically. And before I got sick, I used to, after my class, bring one down and just play a little bit, because I used to study aerial dance, and it got to the point where I couldn't do that. It was just incredibly painful, and it just hurt. And the last couple times I've been to my yoga class, I've been able to do that, and it feel good and so amazing. And so anyways, then I broke the fast on Thanksgiving, and unfortunately I started to feel sick again, and started to have like all of the inflammation, the brain fog, the pain getting up and down, the stiffness, the shooting pains, nerve pain, all come back. It just rushed right back in. And so I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I feel so good on this liquid fasting. I'm not just having juice. I'm, you know, having smoothies and like making sure I get protein through like hemp protein powder, which is a complete protein, and nuts as well, or nut milks. So I decided that I was going to go back on the liquid fast. And so I've been liquid fasting ever since. So starting November 11th, breaking the fast for Thanksgiving, and then now back on it. And so about a month, looks like, which is pretty cool. And, you know, when I look at the sort of the prognosis when it comes to these tick-borne illnesses, most people who have them, Lyme disease, Rocky Mountain fever, Babesia, ehrlichiosis, like all these tick-borne illnesses, most of the people who have more chronic symptoms from them, they are sick for years, and it's like they're trying everything, and it's a normal thing for people to be on IV antibiotics for years, which is kind of terrifying to me. And I was just not willing to have that be my story. And I've also seen plenty of stories with other chronic problems, where people that are sometimes life-threatening, but oftentimes also like chronic with no remedy. Like, for example, multiple sclerosis. I've read about miraculous stories of people who were like wheelchair bound with multiple sclerosis, and then by radically changing their diet and turning to incredibly vibrant, healthy choices. And I would imagine there's a mindset component there that's crucial as well, that they were able to heal and suddenly become like these amazingly vibrant, healthy people. But it's never been like, oh, I did this for 11 days. It was like, you know, I spent the better part of a year, or like a year or more, following this very intensive protocol. So I decided, you know what? I am gonna go for it, because I know that I have so much to offer. I also want to mention that my best friend, Emily, she allowed me to babysit her infrared sauna over the rainy season. Her basement tends to flood, and that's where they have their sauna, and they have a small home, so not a lot of room in the living space for it. And she's also known how sick I've been and knows how healing that would be for me. So I've been liquid fasting. I've been going in the sauna every day. You can see it right back there. Thank you, Emily, my angel. I've been taking herbs and supplements. I can try and show you here my medicine cabinet. You can see that there's just all sorts of things. Turmeric. I have mushroom support. I have like resveratrol antioxidant blends, tick recovery, herbal extract, the hemp protein, heavy metal detox, like so many supplements, vitamin D3, colloidal silver. I mean, there's all sorts of things in the back too, like blue-green algae. So I mean, obviously this is a lot. I don't take all of that every day, but I'm really focused on healing and getting better so that I can really bring my vitality and my gifts to the world and be able to help people too on their healing journeys, because, you know, being chronically sick sucks so bad. It sucks so bad. Oh, I get so like emotional just even feeling into this past year and a half and even longer, because, you know, you wonder why people get sick, you know, when maybe another person is bitten and gets sick and then they take antibiotics and they're better right away. And a lot of that is the terrain, their body condition, their emotional, mental state, like can really affect their, you know, their stress levels can affect their immune system and their constitution and make them more susceptible to having, you know, a stronger version of the illness or a more chronic version of the illness. So beforehand, I was struggling a lot with digestive, situations like SIBO, which is an imbalance of the natural bacteria of the gut. Makes it hard to eat anything. Like there was the year before where I was just struggling and all I could eat was zucchini and maybe like steamed chicken or something. And it was really bad. So yeah, I feel like I've been sick for long enough and it's time to take all that I've learned from the powerlessness of it as well as the empowerment regained and stepping into health. But or I shouldn't say but, I should say maybe and and I am still in the process. So it's not like boom, like I'm now 100% better. Of course, like I said, eating, I immediately started to feel those things again. So I feel like there's a process here of healing that I'm in. I have been able to work more, which has been wonderful, but still, honestly, I got into a lot of debt, and like I'm a full-time single parent. I don't share custody. The father in the situation was abusive and was from a time of my life when I didn't really know how to have healthy boundaries and was naive about love, and so that there's not support from another parent in this situation, financially or otherwise. And so, I feel like the struggle has been real, and I'm still trying to recover myself financially. So I'm really reaching out and calling upon community, which I feel like is so important at this time for all of us to recognize how much we're lacking community and support. And even in a family unit where there's like mother, father, children, or whatever variation of that, it looks like that it's still really hard to do it just with that small amount of people. That really coming together as a community is so beautiful. And I want to just say thank you from the bottom of my heart to those that have contributed to my GoFundMe and helped me to feel so much love and support through financial contributions, through sweet things being said, through sharing the link to my GoFundMe. It's every time that I would receive somebody's comment or a financial contribution, I would just cry and feel so much gratitude. So thank you so much. And I know that we're here and it's winter and there's the holidays and, definitely money spent on gifts and things like that. But if there's any space to support in this situation in any way, I just want you to know that I really appreciate it. And also that I am wanting to offer people something as an energy exchange, if that feels better than gifting support. That, you know, if you feel like you want to come and get a massage, like I feel like I'm in a space where I can do that. If you feel like you want to do some emotional healing work, I do incredibly powerful emotional healing work where we are able to rescue the inner child from a state that they might be stuck in of pain that could be causing a sort of a patterning within one's life of stuckness or struggling with emotions. Also, I do oracle card readings. If you have kind of a uncertainty or questions that you'd like answered, it's a beautiful way of sort of tapping into source energy and consciousness and revealing some beautiful answers. So yeah, lots of different offerings if you'd like that, and just reach out to me, or you can contribute through the GoFundMe or share my link or just send me loving energy. Also offering, you know, if you feel like doing a offering as far as coming and helping out, there's things to, you know, always things to be done around one's home. And I think that, you know, whether it's me or anyone else that you know that has been struggling with any kind of illness or even depression, you know, mental things as well, emotional things as well, that it's can feel very burdensome to get it all done. So that's another way of being able to give and to help. Anyways, thank you for taking the time to listen and hear my update. And I'm so pleased and so excited to be giving good news of my healing. And I'm wishing you all vibrant, amazing, beautiful health and happiness. And for any of those that are struggling with that and wanting my help, please reach out to me. And I hope that you have a blessed winter. We're approaching the winter solstice, the darkest time of the year, but after that, every day is getting lighter and lighter, and I really feel that shift. So many blessings and so much love.